Hello, chat. Welcome into the stream today. How you guys doing today? Hell yeah. The music's got me bumping right now. What's up, Diamond and Nathan? Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I'm not wearing my glasses today because they get foggy when I get too hot. So I hope just the suit jacket will be enough for you guys today. Better be. All right. We're going to continue. We didn't even get through the first trial last time. We did not even get through the first trial. So we are currently on trial for murder. It's obvious we didn't do it. It's obvious that this other girl did. We just gotta prove it. So without further ado, let's get into it. 22nd of November, 1:14 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Fuck, I have to remember all the voices. Oh, brother.
Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why this sudden ingress into my courtroom?
Ha! A judicial assistant and a woman, no less.
This guy.
The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify.
Yes, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense.
Ha! You're too late, little girl. The trial has already been concluded.
5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more.
But, Your Excellency...
I am most grateful. Fuck yeah, let's go. Just saying this, Vic sucks at spelling? Damn, shoddy. Yo, who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something written in English? It's Giselle Brett's research. The Englishwoman's? After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. It probably does. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of curare and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. Curare? What's that? I've never heard that word before. Probably poison.
Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom.
There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful, thank you. Giselle's report. All right, add it into the court record. Goodbye then, and good luck. Open up the court record, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, open up the court record, please.
You have had long enough, counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer.
Let me look at it. Let me look at it. Let me look at it. Examine. Okay. Synopsis. A poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Effects. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Ace Attorney Nice. What's up, Pelma? There's a stupid, annoying short kid in my grade. I'm sick of him. Damn, Nathan. Route of entry. The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Practical applications. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full-body paralysis must be found first, or patients would die from suffocation. Oh. Well then. Ooh, what's up? What's up? We know you're guilty.
I ask the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but...
The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency.
Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Oh yeah, do the desk slam. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. Because violence is always the answer? Exactly. Beat his ass.
That look.
The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior.
Well, Miss Brett?
Yes, Your Excellency?
If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer?
It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I'll have to politely decline.
Ooh. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order.
Damn, Shoddy! I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
Okay, Shoddy, alright. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel. What is this new evidence that demands the court's attention?
Well, obviously, it's my pin. No.
Yes!
Miss Giselle Brett, we understand that you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yume University, doing research. Oh, shit. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison.
What?
Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel? A toxin known as curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection! What complete and utter nonsense? Curare, you say? I've never even heard of it.
You wouldn't have done.
What do you mean?
I mean that you wouldn't have heard of curare before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist. The waiter voice. Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify curare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison.
What?
Fuck yeah. Nah, man, because Miss Brett, she kinda, I mean, she do be kinda bad, though, but I bet she's psychotic.
Order, order, order! Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist?
According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists.
To lace their arrows?
The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle, and it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett? Shit. Shoddy!
Trumpery! These aspersions are trumpery! To start with, if the victim had been administered some of the so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed.
That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector?
I don't fucking know. Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. It's because it caused paralysis. According to this, however, it's the other way around.
What do you mean, the other way around?
The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that curare was used.
Explain yourself, counsel.
The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. I love Psycho, so win-win. Okay, Pelmo, fair enough. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move.
That's hideous.
To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly curare poison. Fucking A, that sounds horrible. I told you she was a psycho.
And you're suggesting that this bottle, Council, actually contains this terrifying poison?
Objection! This is all very convenient, isn't it? An hither unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense.
I spat out some of my bagel that I ate earlier. It was stuck in my teeth. If I may.
All these facts. You think you're so clever, but you must be taught some Shut up!
Fucking love that, actually.
It is you who must be taught.
I gotta be British for her, I forgot.
Of course. I'm a bottom, dear lady!
So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? Bro, she racist, huh? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules.
What's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett?
May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please?
Well, yes, I don't see, why not?
Bro, don't let her... Oh. Bruh! I mean, best case scenario, she just dies, right? Oh, Shawnee did the pour! Okay, I see you, Hosonaga. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Sorry? To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. The little police games and these foolish courtroom antics, it's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. She's just gonna take a sip of it. Cheers! Or she's gonna kill herself. One of those two. But I don't think she'll kill herself. Wait! What are you doing? I don't think that's what it is. I think it's not the wine. I think it's probably... I'm not sure. Maybe she actually took the poison and rubbed it on his burn wound, perhaps? No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. Or does it have a bad shelf life? Is that what it is? It might have a bad shelf life. Who knows? We're waiting. Any paralysis? No? No? Shoddy do be a psycho, huh? Let's look at the court record real quick. Does it wear off? Does it, effects, even in my mute, route of entry through a wound. I think she probably didn't put it in the water. I think she probably got it on a wound somehow. Goodness, whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. So, no Carrare. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying? You look quite incredulous, little boy, but of course. That's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely in this grand venue. Most kind. Ugh. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett.
I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. I'm back. Welcome back.
Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given.
He got his head down. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this is a Far Eastern charade. Will make for an interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been. Because otherwise, she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water contains no poison. It has to. As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle. What? Why, Ryunosuke? Isn't it obvious? If there was poison in there, she'd be dead by now. Sometimes your unadulterated naivete really astounds me. But sometimes it's in need of a good staining, until it's as dark as your uniform in the ways of the world. Oh, is that what this color is supposed to represent? Oh shit, was that bad? No! What? I could have sworn she did it on an entry wound. Alright. Alright. Fair enough. Okay. I guess it must. Penalize. The culprit did put curare poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position. You serious?
Fool, are you blind? There is no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw
Miss Brett drinking the water from it?
That's right. Which rather complicates your argument, I think.
And I believe that complication can be explained.
How exactly?
I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court records somewhere. It has to be. Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed? Oh dear God. Oh dear God. So, is it this one? Fuck, I have a few tries. Can I examine this? Foreign language, French. Fuck, is there anything else, really? Nothing? Fuck, chat, I'm not sure. It could be this. Shit, chat. I'm gonna guess. Let's start with this one. Yes. Nope, not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. Ow. Should I save? Chat, should I save? Should I save? You're making this complication more complicated than it needs to be. Alright, yeah. Save, yeah, I'm gonna save, chat. Just because. I will save just in case I have to, yeah. But I'm not gonna, I'm gonna like, I'm gonna only use that save file if I get on my last one, I think. So let's try the bottle. It's not this. Should we try the bottle? No, that's a bad idea. Yes. That's not it. I don't think this is it. I know what I know what I just said. Chat, I know what I just said. Let's try the bottle. Yes. No? Damn, shoddy. What? To be fair, he did say something different when I presented the research. But the music should have stopped, right? I hope. Yes. Wait, did I have it correct? Wait. I think I had it correct. Maybe the music just doesn't stop in this game. I think I might have had it correct. The answer to this riddle, okay, is right here in the own research.
That's not a valid explanation.
No?
After all,
I'm giving him British for some reason.
we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. The impudent young scoundrel's trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency.
I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Oh, this is it. Okay. I'm gonna save over this one now. I'm gonna save over this one now. I think I know, maybe. It's not synopsis. It's probably special characteristics. Yes, we've been hearing a lot about this Karare poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, counsel? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years. To lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat.
Get to the point, please.
But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Good gracious, counsel, no, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When Karare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever.
What?
Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew Karare's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself.
You meddling little...
That's a real bird! Rapscallion! Oh my god. She went all sicko mode on me. Well, Ryunosuke, turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection! All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure, but I fail to see how it possibly... Shut up! Bitch! So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with, some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly.
What are you trying to say?
Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw.
Schoolboyish? Flaw?
As even your brain has managed to deduce, Karare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus.
Oh, yes. Well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they?
So, if this little lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he?
That's where the burn comes in.
That's right!
Good gracious.
That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no?
You burned him. Order in the court. Order. The logic holds. If the late... His tooth! His tooth! He had a tooth taken out! That's what it is! It's not the burn! Oh my god! If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest...
Yes, this Karare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that.
fuck yeah. Wait, hold up. Dot, 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 dot. What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Objection! Fuck yeah. I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why. Even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Oh.
Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence, as we know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by Karare?
Fucking... Take that! As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners.
A fatal difference?
The toxic effects of Karare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poison water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are also puerile. What do you mean? Yo, Belmo, freaking out. Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. Jesus. Sure, make a spectacle of it. You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! Is she going to destroy it? I mean, it could just slip. She's going to drop the bottle. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. That's like illegal! What is it? What just happened? It's the English woman. She just smashed that bottle. And then the Supreme Court. What a terrible blunder.
Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible, at once.
You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy, but I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not.
You.
And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution?
Oh, of course, of course. Are you referring to this photographic print, I assume, dear lady?
Let's go, Miss Brett. I mean, no, Miss Brett. That's bad. Pelmo's shrimping. That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So, of course, the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection! No, you killed the victim that day, using Karare. And then, in order to frame Yonosuke Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor in his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime.
What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but You don't have a shred of evidence.
Exactly. As you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhiro.
This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now, is she really gonna get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene.
Ryunosuke.
Yes? We've come this far, but now, you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean?
We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head.
In my head?
You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend upon.
Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head.
So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell.
What I saw, what I felt. Every color. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head, could there have been another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? There's a clue, obviously. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on, then. Let's wipe that smug smile off that English woman's face with some evidence. All right. I can't wait. It's been what? I'm sorry. How do I pronounce this word? It's been tickling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. I don't want to say that word, chat. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... Take that. Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. What the fuck do you want? Yes, what is it? He's still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. How do you say that word? Dude, that's crazy. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfections in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Objection! Wait a minute, where are you going with... Shut up! Where are you going with this little boy?
It's just a memory that's been troubling me.
What memory?
I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a splattering of blood.
What?
Oh, really? What of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Oh, take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. I like the way you voice Miss Brett. Rister, I've ever told you how good you are at voice acting. Like the way you voice Miss Brett's amazing. Thank you, Velma. I work really hard on it. That's like one of the main reasons I love doing this series of Ace Attorney, just because I get to do so many voices. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Ah! Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett?
I beg your pardon? This is beyond ridiculous, fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something that the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Yo, what's up, Shoddy? This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime thief because of it. You did what? Oh, I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. Oh, I took the steak that sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now! What a jam.
Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately.
Yes, sir. Sir. Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered, the steak. It's quite cold by now. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it?
Of course there isn't.
Quickly, Inspector, the blood, man! Show the court!
Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. No, no blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible! I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Ah, racism.
I couldn't agree more in the case of this disgrace to the Empire.
I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial.
Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. Ha! This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. It's the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again. Be my guest.
Let's go. Now I don't think I like Miss Brett anymore. Racism. And red liquid superpower? Racism. Was the plate I saw... Let's just, take a look all around it. What the fuck is that? Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin, and the hallmark is from the Hoi era. The old man's Koban? No, I don't mean what... Oh, this is the wrong steak! This is the wrong steak! Wait, did you say it was a Hoi Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. This isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoi Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of a bullion and bullion. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... Oh my fucking god. This is it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Wait, hold on. Do I have to examine it one more time to get the... Let me just speed through this. Auto... Can I auto this? Okay, no. Do I have to examine the Koban? I might have to examine the Koban. Let me just make sure. Take it out. Take it out. I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick coat of meat. And it's from the Hoi era, too. That would make it really quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juices as well. Look. What, are you thinking of eating it? No. But the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's gonna be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. A Koban coin underneath this steak. There's only one logical explanation. Can I... Okay, well, I examined it. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward no matter what. OMG, 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 OMG. Dude, that's what I'm thinking. Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself.
As the evidence in question presented by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary.
Does the defense have any objection? That bloodstain was going to cinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? There's another clue. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth.
The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak.
Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial.
I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied all reasonable doubt has been dispelled.
I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it?
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is this new clue to be found?
Yup. Oh, okay. Cool. Fuck yeah, dude. The Hoi Koban. Come on, just let me select it. I know what I want to do. No, I didn't want to talk about it. Oh my god, I have to present it. No.
Do it. Just select it, just select it.
Present. Got it.
Good gracious, that's...
A Koban? What on earth?
Who ever would have thought? Miss Brett, this is in fact the beef steak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? Oh, she told me to shut up. What a ridiculous question! How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't even know what this is, but I want no part of it.
I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction.
Objection!
Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this has happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hawaii Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency.
Yes, counsel?
A rare Hawaii Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now.
I'm not a... By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant.
Even though I'm the one on trial here? The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak.
The owner?
Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the beefsteak is... Take that! Fuck yeah. Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and the owner of Rasute, Kuryo Korakuda-san.
Kuri? As in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable.
Oh, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct?
Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired.
Yes, the gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hawaii Rare Koban, my prized coin.
Then this Hawaii Koban. Do you mean to tell me...
No, please. Why would the Korakura-san Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense.
Yes. Which is why I'm asking to bring Korakura-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him.
Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay.
I can't believe we've come back round to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. Oh my fucking god. Holy hell. Oh my god, there's 4 witnesses now, baby.
What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Idol? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves.
Exploited by the police, we were. Like miserable dogs forced to bear false witness.
I have a fucking knife. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in Trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Razute shop owner's existence.
Be that as it may, Korakura-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Razute memory serves, have you ever seen this Koban
Wah! Wait, you just stabbed a man in the foot! You just stabbed a man in the foot. Look at his son. This man's son is looking at that knife in his papa's foot like... He's pogging.
Yes, that's it. The one, the very one. There's the one, it is. They were splendiferous hoy treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be.
As I thought.
Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool, put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the season's meat's juices.
Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my hoy treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an unconsiderable thing?
I think I know who. I know. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
Le Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau.
Wicked crimes indeed.
We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of the waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korakura-san's Koban is all too clear.
What? What?
I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korakura-san's Koban and hid it under the stake? It's you.
Yes, I know that. Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Iyasanoza!
What? Waluigi, how dare you, you monster.
Monster?
I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me, it was Ido! Ido is the mastermind behind all of this.
You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son? An innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Noza. I don't know. I kind of believe that the kid stole it. I think that's actually kind of hilarious. Rip out his mustache.
Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop.
Oh my god. He's having a full-on... Oh, there it goes. Oh, he's got a Waluigi mustache now.
Upon Imperial Army, Sergeant, yes and no, I'm preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir.
Jesus, his baby's cute. He is. He's got a Waluigi mustache. He's literally Waluigi.
Do any of you know of the extraordinary low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe?
I understand that a temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remain in place. And I've heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes.
All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son.
That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant?
The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I'd go there and do some reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time.
Sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was the old man and his Koban?
Yes, sir. It was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all.
A veritable phantom thief you are.
I was set to leave the steak. I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Bang!
Yeah, yes, when the professor was shot.
I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I know too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could on the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date.
I think we all know what this means. This is ridiculous.
Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time.
Well, Miss Brett,
Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. Yoga! Ha! May the esteemed gentleman please be excused, Your Excellency.
Indeed. The theft of the Koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-settled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder.
Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me.
Nonsense, is it?
Well, oof.
And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without a knife and fork, it's pure nonsense. It's pure madness.
Very well, now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone.
No, she's fucking guilty.
And good day.
Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? There's no time for daydreaming. Oh no, it's just something about that Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. I'm sorry? Huh. Okay, cool. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking, make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over. Hold it! Wait, Miss Brett.
What is it now?
I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago.
What are you talking about? What contradiction?
What a new student of nonsense is this?
Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke?
Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction.
I'm going to need to see evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words are truly contradictory, where is the evidence to prove it?
Fuck, I know what I want to present, but where do I present it? Is it... I'm a save, though. I don't have that many things left. And this fucking trial is taking goddamn ever. Bum, 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 bum. Do this one.
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on.
More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
Now you're just splitting hairs.
Not true. Doesn't something about this steak strike you as very unnatural?
Unnatural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten.
Huh!
I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett.
Notice exactly what, Counsel?
Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself.
Then take a good look at this steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clear, defined barbaric teeth marks there.
Oh.
Oh! It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be any teeth marks in the steak at all.
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry and couldn't help it. Shut up! Oh, whatever you say, dear lady.
As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer.
Of course, of course. This will all be over in the blink of an eye. Just rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. Just leave everything to... Shut up! For God's sakes, mate! I've heard enough. You irritating little spectacled samurai relic! Of course. Dear lady.
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her.
Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this?
Yes, now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day.
I accept that those teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us?
Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything?
Yes, I believe that those barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase, typical Japanese empty threats.
How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago.
Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
Hasn't been? What?
But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
This is absurd. This trial has been run several hours already. Like, literally 4 hours. I'm not even kidding, of gameplay. And you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
Objection! I don't, but there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case.
Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial.
Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair?
Gotta save
I'm a bit of a bitch. Gotta save. I think it's Hosonaga. Because he's the waiter. And the plates were swapped. They had to have been. Take that! The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga.
What? I have it.
Yes.
You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous.
No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with the teeth marks.
Yes.
Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Noza told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chomping my way through a good steak. As well as admitting to stealing Kotokuda-san's coin. He told us that he slipped it under the steak.
You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer.
Sergeant Noza, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak?
Attention! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it.
In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Noza's meal.
But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table.
Objection! Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin.
Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest that the thing would be to affront to the British Empire.
Well then, how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over?
No, Miss Brett did.
You did switch the plates? Well, after it happened,
Oh my god, did he actually do that?
when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance.
Oh my god, he actually did do it. He actually switched them. I thought it was Brett. Like, no way it wouldn't have been.
With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. Unbelievable!
Oh my god.
However, fear not, Prosecutor-san. What now? I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform, that is all I did, sir. All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes. His baby's cute. So if Sergeant Noza switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence, you had taken both. How, did you know the soldiers of... What? Hey, spoilers! Diamond! Don't spoil jack shit. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot. You literally just said that the soldier's gonna get murdered. What? What can that possibly tell us now? I don't know if he is. Bruh, I hope you didn't spoil it, man. I hope.
I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Hi, what's up, Rooster?
No, you're not wriggling your way out of it this time, lady.
I beg your pardon?
Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the steak pan promises to provide such a problem for you. No?
You're the one who's decided it was a problem, not me.
The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defender remembers seeing.
Just thinks he remembers.
I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. Huh. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were reading from, Miss Brett. Is this still case 1? It is! We've been... This case has gone on for 4 hours. 4! 4!
Let us not prolong any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beef steak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident.
Yes, sir! Fuck yeah. Sorry for keeping you. There it is, bitches! Here is the other steak in this plate. Please feel free to examine it. Look at that. Knife and fork and blood. The blood stain. It's clearly visible. Look! I'm a major. I'm so happy for you, Rooster. Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naohito-san to have shot the victim.
Oh, it can't be.
In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you! Say thank you. Do you want me to give you the stream link? DM it to me on Discord. Outdone by a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No. No. No! Oh, it. Those are a lot of cute ducks. She's going to heaven! She died! Talk about a fucking meltdown. Look at the little ducks! Look at the little babies. Just do guide raid, Rooster. Oh, true. She fucking died. Oh no, she good. Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure and my fucking swan, like my life apparently. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time.
Gladly, Your Excellency.
Do it.
It was I who took the professor's life using curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning.
So you plan to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison will be found in his water. Because curare is unheard of here in Japan.
Yes, of course. I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone. And leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table.
That would be me, I suppose.
Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over and to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment.
A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of curare in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt.
Under your skirt?
So I was right. There were 2 guns.
Yes.
And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. I'll tell you if I'm on stream. Use Guide the Raid. Yeah, use Guide the Raid, man. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure I would notice it.
And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up...
That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead.
Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared.
Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around.
Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he'd picked up the gun. And that's it!
So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor.
That's a fucking, like, multiple count felony.
Your Excellency,
Yes?
I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san.
Well, I kind of would have if just killing him was all you'd done, but, like, you're also really fucking racist, so, like, I don't know about that one, Chief. It would seem this trial has finally run its course. It only took 1 hour and 20 minutes. I presume the prosecution is in agreement?
This can't be! Taketsuchi Ouchi does not lose! Not to the likes of this rookie student!
You'd better start getting used to tough opposition.
Ah! Ryunosuke Naruhodo!
What? Yes?
This insult to the Ouchi family name will never be forgotten!
You've become conceited with age, Counsel, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that! Oh! Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for that one, Kazuma. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Ouchi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. Oh my god, is that why Phoenix beats Pain in every single Ace Attorney game? Fuck. God damn it.
This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan
Will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. Thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world, but the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits, but what will it look like I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asogi. Yes? After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, yes? In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. Fuck yeah, give it to me. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, not guilty. Woo! That took an hour and 23 minutes. On top of the 3 hours we spent last week. That is 4 hours and 24 minutes.
The court is now adjourned.
Twerk? Fuck no, baby. 22nd November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendants Antechamber 5. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget.
Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off.
I'm assuming this is... Oh!
Sorry, there was a frog in my throat. Congratulations to you both for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence.
Ah, our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know.
Oh no, I didn't do anything.
Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out.
Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate.
Your father? Ah, yes, of course.
Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, judicial assistant to the defense.
Speaking of Mikotoba...
Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job.
Thank you, Professor.
Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend.
Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably that's when you met Dr. Wilson?
Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital.
Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before.
Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot.
I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is a soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder.
Oh, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but...
What do you mean? Surely she's gonna face trial herself now. She's the true culprit, after all.
she will be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai.
What? Shanghai?
Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country, I'm certain of that.
What? But why not? I don't know who this is. It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Oh, it's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hosonaga! It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate... But what's all this about consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. But why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the Friendship Treaty.
Yeah, so in normal circumstances, you're right.
And so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that.
Oh, can't they?
Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our governments making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on.
So Miss Britt can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan.
I'm afraid that for the young student. Today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it!
And the British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously.
But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves.
Yes, change is coming. And we're the ones driving it. So this is like early 1900s is when this game takes place then.
Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
But Professor, you're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you? Let's not worry about details for now. To La Carnival! Will you accompany us, Professor?
Of course, La Carnival's food is second to none.
I can't wait to get my shit stolen and possibly die there. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release.
Oh, yes, thank you. So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma. Yes, Ryunosuke? I just wanted to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me. Not all that tense verbal combat. I never want to go through that ever again. I just did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean, that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe and to stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in, even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Well, you face seemingly hopeless situations time and time again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. It sounds serious. What is... Oh, you're still here, are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain. Don't forget. Ah, yes. That too. So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikotoba. Sudato-san, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Osanaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. He's offended, dude. He's offended. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. He's gonna ask me to come with him to Great Britain. We're going to fucking Britain. We're gonna go be British. We're gonna go be British, chat. Achievement unlocked, defense debut. Ooh, the jingle! Ooh, the jingle! The jingle making me... Ooh! The jingle making me Pringle right now. Sheesh! Oh, whoa. Great departure. Episode 2, The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Chat, I'm actually... There's no shot we get through any relevant, like, amount of shit today. So, chat, that is going to be end for the stream today. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It's been an absolutely awesome time having you guys here. I hope you guys have a great day. Farewell, everybody. And I'll see you all tomorrow. I don't know if we want to do a raid today. There's really no one for us to raid, really. Well, there is people for us to raid. But, like, we don't have any people to raid with is the thing. So, chat, that's going to be it. I hope you guys have a good time. I'll see you guys later. Farewell, y'all.